Debeaking chicken. Why should you debeak your chicken? In today's video, I'm going to tell you the reasons of why you should debeak your chicken, and also to show you how you should debeak your chicken. Currently, we are at our farm. We want to debeak this chicken over here. You can see them. They are in the poultry house. We want to debeak them so that we can be able to avoid some things. Here we have our debeaking machine. As you can see it, so that is the debeaking machine. We have tried to test it and we have seen that it works. So we will head into the poultry house and show you how you can be able to debeak your chicken. And here is our power source. We are using this generator over here. You can see it. That is the model. It has that, blah 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 blah, all those things. And we have filled it with fuel so that we can be able to debeak our chicken. And what is the main reason why you should be able to debeak your chicken? What is the reason that you should debeak your chicken? You should debeak your chicken because there's something in the chicken known as cannibalism, whereby you find out that the chicken try and eat other chicken. They peck on the other chicken. When these chicken peck on other chicken, they can end up causing injuries. They can do the vent pecking, whereby they can peck on the vent of the chicken as it does like this. Then another chicken that is aggressive can peck on it, and these can even lead to that chicken wanting to eat the intestines of that chicken, because you know the chicken are always attracted to the red color. So when anything is in that color, they usually try to be aggressive and try to know what that is, and that can lead to cannibalism. So those are the two machines. So I want to show you the chickens that we want to debeak. Okay, yes, so let's head into the poultry house so that you can know the chicken that we want to debeak. So here are the chicken that we want to debeak. As you can see them. The funny thing is that we are only debeaking the female. We are not debeaking the males. This is to prevent the chicken from eating their own eggs. And also, this will help prevent the chicken from eating on the wood shavings. You can see when it has this beak, you can see this beak over here when it is pointed like that. I want to show you for like that rooster. You can see how pointed it is. So when it gets into the ground, it scoops it like this. So it scoops it like this. So when it scoops it like this, it ends up eating dirt from the floor of the chicken house. And that is what we want to avoid. We don't want our chicken to be eating that. That is the second thing, the second reason why we are debeaking our chicken. Okay? Now let's head to our third. A third one is whereby you can find out that this chicken, they try and peck on others. Like you can see that one over there is trying to peck on its feathers. You see, you can see they usually try to peck on their own feathers. You can see a lot of feathers on the floor, a lot of feathers on the floor, and that is what we want to avoid. When this chicken continue doing that, this will make the chicken want to intake more protein, and if the chicken want to intake more protein and hence the feed that you are giving them has no enough protein, this will lead to a slow growth of those chicken. And that is another reason why you should always debeak your chicken, because they will become aggressive and they will always want to peck on other chickens' feathers. So that is why we also do the debeaking. But the main reason is cannibalism and stopping this chicken from eating their own eggs, because we don't want this chicken to start eating our own eggs, because we are keeping this chicken to give us eggs. If you don't debeak your chicken, this can lead to your chicken eating all of the eggs. You know, this chicken, when they have this, they hear this sweet taste, when they peck on the egg and the egg breaks and they start to enjoy that raw egg, then the chicken will always want to continue enjoying raw eggs on your poultry farm. So this will make most of the chicken in your chicken coop want to eat more eggs, and that is what we want to avoid. The chicken are always debeaked between week 8 to week 12, but ours we are a bit late, is around week 14, week 15. So this is the time that we are debeaking our chicken. So we have to make sure that we are debeaking all of these chicken. And you can see these big farms, what they usually do, you can see for the layers of other farms, they usually, when you buy the chicks from them and the chicks reach an age of around, can I say, one week to 2 weeks, you find out that the beaks of those small chicken, especially for the layers, you find out that they have fallen off. That kind of debeaking is known as infrared debeaking, is whereby it's done at hatchery point, whereby after the chicks have been hatched, the people at the hatchery, they usually take those chicks and then they place them in an infrared debeaker. Okay, so after they have been placed in an infrared debeaker, they come home with that beak, but after some time it just falls off. But you know, when you do infrared and if it is not done properly, the beak tends to grow back. So when the beak grows back, it can lead to the chicken also eating eggs and also pecking on the floor. And that is what I have said we want to avoid on this poultry farm. So guys, I want to show you how the beaking is done on a poultry farm. So what we want to do, we only want to do the beaking of this area. Then after we have finished here, we will be able to do the debeaking of the next room and also the last room. So we want just to start right away, but because I will be using a generator and the generator will be making a lot of noise, maybe I can talk, and if you can't hear me properly, then I will be able to put some subtitles. So I want to go there so that I can be able to connect the first of all, I want to demarcate this area. I want to put a separation here so that I can put this chicken in one corner. After I've been able, you can see I'm using these taplons. Let me show you. I'm using these taplons over here, these ones. So this is what I'm using. So I want to use, you can see, we want to place them here up to the other end. You can see this chicken we are a bit late on debeaking them, but after you have debeaked them, we'll make sure you have given them a good anti-stress and some electrolytes so that they can be able to help the chicken recover. So that is what we are going to do currently. So we are going to, first of all, we are going to demarcate, then put this chicken in one corner. After you have done that, then we'll be able to start the debeaking process. We are a bit late because these chicken are just like 3 to 4 weeks to start laying. So we are a bit late, but it usually takes between 4 to 7 days before the beak heals. So it's only 1 week. 1 week, then the chicken will be okay. And you can see the chicken have proper weight. So meaning if the chicken have proper weight, even if they reduce some feed intake just for a bit, they won't affect the flock laying capacity in the long run. So we are making sure that we are taking that into consideration and you are going to do the debeaking in the proper way. So guys, let's get started with the demarcation. Then we start the debeaking of the chicken so that we can prevent cannibalism. And also another way that you can be able to prevent cannibalism on your poultry farm is whereby you decide not to use the white bulb in lighting of your poultry house during the brooding stage, and also when your chicken are growing up. Make sure you are using the infrared bulb or a bulb that is very, very dim. Don't use a bulb that is white in color. That one usually makes the chicken become very, very aggressive. And also don't give your chicken too much light if your chicken are at the growing stage. Just after you have finished your brooding, make sure your chicken sleep in the dark at night or very dim light. If you are giving them bright light, they will develop this very aggressive behavior, and these can lead to cannibalism on your poultry farm, and that is what we want to avoid. So guys, let's start demarcation, then we will start the debeaking process. So guys, we want to power on we want to power on this generator so that we can be able to get the power first. So let's power it on. I want to check the choke, so it's in check. And here's the generator. Oh, it hasn't started. So the generator is on. So we want to head into the poultry house so that we can be able to do the debeaking. Okay, now let's head to the poultry house. So now the machine is on. As you can see, it has started heating. So this is how you use this machine. I want to show you so that you can be able to understand. So that is the big cutter. This one over here, if you want to use this knife so that it can go up and down, you press here so that you can, zero usually means off, then 1 means this is on. So you press like this, then it starts moving. So if you want to control the speed, you can increase the speed like this. You see, it goes faster. If you want to reduce the speed, you press it this way, and it will be able to go at a very slow rate like that. And this one is increasing the temperature of that thing over here, that plate. You can see it is very, very hot, and it's just 1 minute of putting it on. What you are using is the generator. You can see when these flashes over here means that it is going up. You can see, you see it flashes, then it goes up, then it comes down, and that is the best rate. You can see like that, the best rate for the age of this chicken. But if it is for a smaller chicken, you can use whereby it is going at a very faster rate. And when it does that, you can see it counts up here. It goes 57, like that, like that, like that. So that is what is going on over here. And this one over here, this one usually uses to adjust the heat of that one. And what we are currently doing over here, I'm going to show you how we are demarcating it. So we have put it so that it can become very hot very fast, and I can show you how we are demarcating. You can see this is how we are demarcating, and this other end, you can see we have a lot of chicken that we have put here, and this end there are no chicken, you see. So that is what we are doing. So as we just start this debeaking process, I'll be able to show you. So we are done with the demarcation, so we want to start the process. You can see over here we have the chicken, and here we have nothing, absolutely nothing. We have only these few, and these ones are the ones that are going to get started. Yes. So we have started the debeaking process. You have to press the beak. Oh. So you have started the debeaking. You have to make sure that the tip burns off very properly, and you have closed the mouth deeply. So you can see, so you can see the tip is very sharp, and we want to press it on the fire. So there it is. So just press it like that. You wait, then it is okay. That one is okay. Then we head to another chicken. So here we have another chicken. You have pressed it like that till you can see some fire, but we are trying to prevent cannibalism. There it is. So you can see the aftermath. Make sure when you are doing the debeaking, it doesn't touch the eye. And after that, we have some multivitamin water over here so that they can be able to quench their thirst, and also cover the debeaked mouth properly. You can see this one is not debeaked properly because you can see it's only debeaked on the upper part. You can see now we are doing the debeaking. You can see how that beak is very sharp. So you press it on the hot rod like that, but make sure you don't burn the tongue. So that one is okay. It will grow back very slowly, but that one is okay. So we want to let it go and drink some water. So let's continue with the debeaking. We have to continue with the debeaking. Even now this is another chicken. You see, there it is. It's feeling some pain. So we are continuing with the debeaking. You can see the chief master debeaker is doing his job. is trying to manipulate so that he can enter it properly there. Hot fire, hot fire, hot fire. You can see the mouth, you can see the beak. You can see now the beak looks superb, brilliant. That's why we want to see, to prevent cannibalism. Cannibalism is no more. So I want to show you the chicken that we have debeaked. Over here you can see we have put some multivitamin. All of them are panting as if they have faced something very hot, but it's because of the fire. You can see this one over here, it wasn't debeaked very well. You can see the lower lip still exists, but I want to show you one that is debeaked properly. I think this one is debeaked properly. You can see the beak is debeaked properly. That one over there, you can see the beak. It was a bit bleeding, but that's why we are using the electric automatic debeaker. It has a small hole, so it can't get in deeper, but we only want to trim the tip. We are not pressing it because we are a bit late. If we were able to debeak it earlier, we would have been able to debeak the chicken properly. But since we are late, we are able just to be able to prevent the sharp, pointy vein. You can see this one. But the only best thing is that the upper beak usually grows back slowly than the lower beak. And the upper beak is the one that has some hook. I want to show you on the other so that you can be able to compare and contrast, so that you can be able to know what I'm talking about. You can see I'm very sweaty because I've been doing it, and you know that thing produces a lot of heat. You can see this one over here too has been debeaked. They are feeling some stress, but we have what of some multivitamin in it and some electrolyte that will be able to manage this chicken. I want to show you the difference between this beak and the other beak so that you can be able to understand what I'm talking about. Yes, so the best time to debeak your chicken is in the evening, because it is a bit cold. You can't debeak them like during the day whereby it is very, very hot. So you're debeaking them during the evening whereby it is a bit chilly and it's getting to the night, so it's becoming cold, so that they can be able to heal properly with the cold. We don't want to debeak them during the day, because even if you are debeaking them during the day and the heat is too much, this can also lead to whereby you find out that the chicken are having excessive bleeding, and that is what we want to prevent. We don't want to have chicken having excess bleeding. So I want to show you the other chicken that we haven't debeaked yet. I want to show you, like you can see, I want to show you the beak so that you can be able to understand. So you can see the top part of the beak. You can see how pointy it is. So when it pecks on the egg, you can see how sharp it is, you see. So when it pecks on the egg, you can see when you close it, this top part is what usually steals the egg, because they usually peck like this, and they can be able to steal the egg from you. And that is what we want to avoid. I think we are more than halfway, and you can see these chicken that are remaining over here. So we are continuing the work, but what we are doing, we are only debeaking the females, because the male roosters, we will be using them to mount the chicken. We don't want to debeak them, so we will be able only to debeak the female, the hens. So let's continue with the debeaking, and thank you guys for watching, for your continued support. So we are done with the debeaking, but it's getting a bit dark. I want to show you. You can see the mouth of that chicken now, it's debeaked. Even the other one over there. The only benefit is that it looks like it's a bit longer, but it means that it won't be able to eat the eggs. The only benefit is that we have removed the top part, and also this means that the chicken won't be able to eat each other, to do cannibalism on a poultry farm, and that is what we want to avoid. You can see even the beak. I want to zoom so that you can be, it's getting a bit dark, but after you have done that, the chicken have this blunt beak. Because we are giving them food, they are not going outside to scavenge. And if we are giving them food, we don't want them to eat the eggs. So that is what we have done on the chicken. So guys, I don't think if you can see me properly, but guys, make sure if you haven't watched my previous video of the benefit of weighing your chicken, make sure you click up here so that you can be able to watch that video.